So we have some major players of this world all getting involved in kind of regional wars, which is interesting. We've got Japan, Great Britain, Algeria, even Mexico. Even Mexico kind of moving and again kind of trying to assert their dominance in Central America. I can't wait to see the results of all these wars. So it seems like, I don't know, I'm not 100% if we're going to see some major changes just yet. There's still a lot of progress to be made in all these wars that are going on. In terms of land, I mean, I think the next big thing we'll see is probably the Ottomans. Probably the Ottomans are going to take a lot from, well, I guess the Ottomans are going to get kicked back out of this world, I guess you could say. Turkey's going to regain that land, because I don't think Macedonia is going to try anything here. Macedonia might get sieged out, which could kind of destabilize, I guess, the region of the Balkans, because Macedonia borders a whole bunch of nations: Greece, Albania, Bulgaria, Bosnia. So we'll see. I mean, we could see something like that. But then again, Turkey's been at war with the Ottomans and Macedonia for a while, so Turkey might not even be trying to get military access to go and kick these guys out. Although they might, because they could really boost up their war score if they go and, they send over this 73 stack. That would be enough easily to do some things. We've also been kind of watching to see if the USA was going to actually come and defend South Korea. It doesn't seem like they are. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, my goodness. I stand corrected. They totally are, and they're going to make a landing in one of these northern Japanese islands. Not sure exactly where they're going to go. Are they going into the island that already has somebody? Yes, they are. So you're going to get a huge... Oh, it doesn't matter. It's too late. Ooh, this is big. Oh, my goodness. All right, so the USA decided to actually send over ships. I want to see if there's anything else that they have maybe sending over. Let's remember that Hawaii's right here, so they wouldn't have to really move that far. They've got a base pretty close to the Japanese mainland. Let's see exactly what happens here. Looks like the morale is definitely on the American side, although... there is an admiral stationed inside of this Japanese fleet. The numbers is also on the American side, but it looks like it's heavily... Actually, you know what? Maybe they just had a few bad rolls, but technically Japan had more morale starting off with 8.9 instead of 8.4. And yes, that admiral is making a big difference, although that was a bad roll for them. 0.9. So I think it's somewhat close. A lot of light ships here. Now, the Japanese fleet is entirely filled with a lot of good ships, like galleys and heavy ships, less light ships and transport ships. So I guess, the fleet composition really makes a difference, obviously. Let's see what happens. This is close, but I really think that it's the admiral that's going to be making the difference. Actually, that admiral only has one shock. Boom. So the Japanese have won that, or I think maybe the USA just decided to retreat. Yeah, they're shattered. No, they won that battle, so we're not going to see a regiment fight off the 67 stack, which would have been interesting. So they lost quite a lot of ships. The USA has lost a good amount of ships, and I'm guessing they're going to run back towards Hawaii, maybe. Now, if Japan was smart, they'd chase after them and just try to destroy the entire Pacific fleet that, at least the military Pacific fleet that the USA controls. I don't think that any of the big, like, kind of trading... the trading ships were involved. I mean, yeah, there were a lot of light ships, but we were witnessing kind of a lot of the 80 stacks protecting trade. Yeah, actually, you know what? They're technically rebuilding, or maybe they're trying to hide, which is a smart idea because I know how huge the Japanese fleet is. They'd have to send over like everything they had. And look at that. Japan was smart enough to send everything back from South Korea over towards Japanese mainland. They are totally ready to face the USA. This is really interesting. This is really, really interesting, just because there's no way the USA is going to be able to do anything here. Oh, I forgot about Guam. Oh, geez. I totally forgot that Guam is right here. Wow. That's right. So we'll have to see where this stack retreats to. I'm not sure. They also have Wake Island. Where are you guys going to go? Where are you guys going to go? Okay, so they did go to Wake Island. Man. Yeah, I do not see the USA being able to stop, or being able to stop Japan. There's no way. And I'm sure that gave them a lot of war score, defeating the American fleet like that. 21 war score. Yeah, it was at 9 before. That they might have gained like about 11 or 12 from that. Well, I think they might have ticking war score as well because of the from 15 from 4 battles, as well as they control the capital of South Korea at the moment. So that's a big deal too. Algeria really not doing good now. It's at negative 25. The British have lost some war score as well. That's not good, Britain. That is not good. You're really missing out on an opportunity here. A pretty big opportunity. Now, Norway's helping you out a bunch. They control the English Channel. Okay, now where's all the British troops at? Is there something that we're missing? I feel like there's something that we're missing, and I'm not sure where or what it is. Where is Britain going? Are you going to go after their alliances first? Because that's not a smart idea. And Mexico is now starting to really push through northern Peru, which is kind of what we thought, which is big. Now, I don't think they want to take anything from Peru, although Nicaragua is only at one province, so they could try to take things away from Peru here, because they certainly have the war score. I'm sure it's not going to take them long to get a whole bunch more war score than they would need. They're only at 1, though, right now, which is surprising. I don't really know how or why that's possible, but yeah, that's happening. And Algeria might have made a huge mistake here, because now the Egyptians are able to run free pretty much. And again, the Saudis are still not involved. Until the Saudis or Italy kind of come into this war, there's no way they're going to win it. I get it. Like, it was probably maybe a premature war for the Algerians to declare, but maybe they expected their allies to join in. Ooh, and now South Africa is messing up Nigeria, which, let's think about this. This is really going to free up Chad. I think the biggest beneficiary, I guess you could say, to this war would be Chad. You know, the Egyptians, I don't think will take anything because this was a defensive. They're on the defense. South Sudan is contributing to their war, so they're losing manpower and regiments. So is South Africa. Chad could be the ultimate winner here. They have some alliances too. We could see another big war in Africa with Chad calling in Ethiopia, Uganda, Gabon here, Namibia. So, yeah, and they have got their opportunities kind of wide open. I mean, they could go to war with South Sudan, South Africa. It's unlikely that they'll go to war with South Sudan or South Africa. But now Nigeria could be a smart choice. Obviously, Algeria, Niger. Any war that they declare would be pretty uncontested. Mali could be a pretty big winner here, too. But, you know, Mali's not as powerful. They could go after Senegal, but I don't know if... well, if they call in their alliances, they'd be okay. Who are they allied to? Ooh, no, they actually both have... There's some very interesting alliances going on in Africa, and I love it. It's making things pretty entertaining in that continent. Yes, okay, so the British have finally entered and gotten into continental Europe, but it's only a 70 stack. That's not going to be enough. Now, where are the French regiments at? I only see 30 regiments so far, and I still don't know where most of the British military is either. This 1 stack is going to get wiped out by a 4 stack of French ships. The 70 stack's moving throughout here. I don't know where the French are. Wait a second. Did they get involved in another war? No, but they are going and sieging out Genoa, which Genoa is also called upon. This is interesting. Now, how's Germany doing? We haven't talked about Germany in a while. What's going on with them? How's their coalition looking? Still a lot of aggressive expansion. I think Germany might have been forced into kind of a hand where they can't do anything. Oh, wait a second. France decided to go towards the Balkans, which is a really, really bad idea. France has sent over a majority of their troops towards the Balkans to go and try to siege out Romania, Bulgaria, Greece. Bad idea, because this has pretty much freed up the British to be able to do almost whatever they want. The thing is, though, where's the British troops at? If they're going after Venezuela, that is a huge mistake. Now, luckily France also dropped a 50 stack in South America, which is, again, not the smartest idea. Where are you guys at? There's a 90 stack here. Oh, you are in the Caribbean. Why are you here, man? That's a bad idea. That's also another bad idea. Although, if Britain is okay with getting a whole bunch of war exhaustion with due time, they will win this war. Uh-oh. We had something just peace out. The Ottomans and then the Indian War, Nepal might have increased their borders a little bit. Yes, somewhat. They did somewhat. But yeah, India is still a huge mess, and the Ottomans are gone. So Turkey is back in control of Constantinople. So that's interesting. But our 3, or I guess technically our 4, because Mexico's involved too, our 4 major wars are still going on. Now, you really want to do some... Actually, where is Spain at, too? Where is Spain? I have no idea where Spain is at. I don't know. Okay, well, how's Egypt doing? Egypt's actually doing okay, but luckily for Algeria's sake, they're pretty lucky. I mean, this could be way, way worse. Luckily for Algeria, the AI has not continued to press forward. Nigeria is pretty unlucky, though. I will say that. I mean, because South Africa decided to just go to war with them, go after them, that's been kind of sad. because they were just helping out a buddy. They were totally just helping out a friend. I don't know if they expected this. Well, they had to have expected this. They knew the alliances. They knew what they were getting themselves into. Iran's still around. Still surprised this region is still broken up. I could have swore someone was going to kind of take it over, whether that be Turkey, the Saudis, India, Russia. I figured somebody would go after a lot of these regions, actually. Pretty interesting to see these develop around the Caspian Sea. Because it's been kind of left alone. Oh my goodness, I didn't see this either. So that's where Spain is at. So we might see a lot of alliances drop out of this war. A lot of French and Spanish regiments just destroying the Scandinavian countries. I mean, they're doing okay with the 100 stack, but that's not going to be enough. But this is the British's chance. They've got to siege things out faster. They've got to... Well, there's a huge amount of ships here, and they are reinforcing 0.9. Wow, there you go. 900 men. Woo. Going big. I can tell you going for the big stuff now, Britain. Going for that big stuff. Algeria is actually going to push... They're going to win a war here. I think they're going to win a war, even though these 76 stacks on forced march, they're going to lose a war now, I think. Yep, 4 major wars still going on. In terms of war score, Algeria is down to -44. We have Japan at 23 war score, Great Britain at 2, which they've been kind of going up and down from 1, 2, and 3. And then we have Mexico at 18. So, yeah, they will be winning this shortly. And I'm very, very curious to see how much they're going to take in, how much they're going to decide. I didn't realize that Argentina was also involved. So, Argentina could maybe gain a lot from here, too. And Mexico's continuing to push forward, so, yeah, they're going to get a lot more war score than just that. They should, at least. Now, let's go ahead and double-check on the Japanese and see what's going on here. It's been quite a long time. Who knows what's been going on? There's still a massive, massive Japanese fleet that's protecting the right side, the right side of Japan. Are you done, USA? Did you have anything stationed in Wake? Nope. You've left Wake. I think you're done after that. I think you tried and you're like, yep, nope, we're not doing that. Maybe. Oh, they might be trying something new. Wait a second. Yeah, they're dropping these guys off. Yes. Yeah, no, they don't want to have anything to do with Japan. Oh, man. Oh, boy. They are going to leave them alone, I'm guessing. Which was probably a smart choice. Again, it's just... I mean, they're actually kind of lucky. Well, I don't know, lucky. It'd be interesting to see if Japan were to go and attack the USA. Let's just go ahead and actually check in on that. It's been a while since we've checked in on naval sizes. What do we have? USA technically has more ships. They have about 200 more ships, a little bit more than 200. But since the USA is on the offensive, they're not sending over all their ships. And certainly if they don't send over all of them, they're not going to be able to deal with the massive navy that Japan has under their control. Good to know that Great Britain is also pretty high up there at 540, so they should be able to dominate. I think that really the AIs made a huge mistake going after the Caribbean alliances that the French controlled, or maybe some of the Caribbean colonies. I don't think they had any colonies, but they are going after kind of a smaller, weaker French alliance, and that was really, really not a good idea, because that's messing them up. They're pretty much wasting a 90 stack, 2 90 stacks. Jeez. Those should be in Iberia right now. Mexico continuing to push forward. Where's Brazil at in terms of alliances? Oh my gosh, why is Brazil only allied to Chile and Great Britain? That's really bad. I mean, yeah, Great Britain is strong, but Great Britain is dealing with their own affairs in continental Europe. If someone strikes the right way, if Mexico were to strike during the right time against Brazil, they'd easily be able to find maybe themselves one-on-one here. Even Venezuela would be some help. Obviously Argentina too, but I think they'd be able to deal with them just one-on-one. I'd love to see a Mexican-Brazilian war, just one-on-one, because I do think that those are the most powerful countries of Latin America, so I would find that super entertaining to see who ends up dominating that sort of thing. Again, France is mainly in the Balkans right now, not really pushing... Wait a second, did somebody peace out? No, not yet. Nobody's peaced out just yet. Scandinavia's getting absolutely wrecked right now. They're not getting super wrecked. It could be way worse. The fact that they've joined together, Sweden and Norway working together here to stop the Western Europeans' advancements, that's pretty good. That's been helping. Britain, what are you doing, man? What are you going to do? Oh man, boom, a 65 stack. Okay, so again, like I said, this could be really, really big. If Britain is willing to sit in this war and stay in this war, then they will get a lot more war score. But at the same time, it's going to be interesting. They need to be really, really careful and smart about where they grab their sieges and what they decide to do right now, because most of the French military is outside in either Scandinavia or in the Balkans, which is smart, or in South America. Although so is Great Britain. Great Britain is in the Caribbean. So this is a pretty big deal. Oh, look at that. Greece helping out, going after Corsica. That's actually really cool that they did that. Someone go and siege Genoa. But yeah, this could be big. If Great Britain is willing to sit in this war and get a whole bunch of war score to accumulate, I'm sorry, they're going to get a whole bunch of war exhaustion, but I think they'll win. I think if they play it smart, they will win this. But we'll see. Oh my goodness, Algeria, you are not in a good situation. Great Britain's still at 2 war score. They still have a lot to go, a long way to go. Luckily, again for Algeria, they could be getting dominated right now, but they really haven't been. So could Nigeria, I guess, technically. So what does this mean? Could we see the AI take lands away? If Portugal is willing to separate peace, they could probably take a few lands, but I don't think they claim any of these lands. Egypt, South Sudan, yeah, no one technically has claims on anything around here. So I think that both these nations could get lucky. If they don't get lucky, I think that maybe they, might only lose 1 or 2 provinces, which really isn't that big of a deal. I mean, let's be honest, 1 or 2 provinces isn't really going to change anything in the campaign. So we'll see. And now Greece is even helping out in eastern Iberia. Oh my goodness. Boom. And now Great Britain is going for some sieges. So they need to go and wipe that 29 stack. It has no leader. So there's no way. Boom, here comes another 59 stack. Oh my goodness, this is getting interesting now. Boom, and now they're going after Paris too. They siege out Paris, and boom, that's going to be a bunch of war score. A lot of war score if they siege this out, and that's where they're going. They're going for that right now. What's the fort at? It's a level 9 fort, so that's going to take a while. They're probably going to, boom, that's unsieged. They're not going to, what's this leader? Is he providing any siege value? No siege value. Okay, just wondering there. This war has gotten interesting. This has gotten really interesting. Now, France has retreated. France is, I think, completely out of the Balkans, but where are their troops at? Are they starting to run back? And also, why did Germany give France military access? That's what I want to know. I think they had military access, or maybe they didn't. They could have sent over a fleet from the Black Sea, or to the Black Sea. But right now, Great Britain is blockading. And they've got most of their fleet blockading France or Spain. I don't think France or Spain are going to be able to kind of roam around wherever they wanted to, as they might have before in terms of navy. As well as, you got to remember, Norway and Sweden also are contributing a little bit to the naval power of the British. So that's a big deal too. Okay, well, I am very excited to see the results of this. Are all the wars still going on? Yes, they are. Okay. Nothing too big. Boom, 14 war score, and they haven't even sieged out. They haven't even sieged out Paris yet. This is a big deal. Now, has France lost any of their alliances in the war? Technically not. No, they still have everybody helping out. New Zealand. Oh, I didn't realize New Zealand was also helping out. I wonder if Great Britain went after New Zealand at all. Maybe they made that mistake. No, there's no sieges here. I don't think Great Britain has anything in the Pacific Ocean in terms of colonies. I don't think, but I'm not sure. Wow, yes. So the British-French war just got a whole lot more interesting, especially because France and Spain are nothing to push around. I thought that Britain was going to dominate, but they were close to not in the very beginning. Now there's actually going to be some interesting things that are going to start to take place here. But anyways, guys, I'm about to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.